Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR. Today we're going over the best and worst of everything VR related in 2019. We're going to be going through accessories, games, and headsets. Everything I discuss will be listed in the description if you want to check them out or jump around this video. And if you find any of this information useful, entertaining, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, and subscribe. And I just want to mention that I have a holiday giveaway going for 2 more weeks. I'm giving away up to 4 $50 Steam gift cards. All you gotta do is join my Discord. Again, links are below. First up on our list of best and worst of 2019 is VR accessories. Now we're always looking for a way to enhance our VR experience, and some accessories nail it while others fall short. This is the list of VR accessories that I covered in 2019. First up is the VR ProTube Gun Stock. Now VR gun stocks are designed to bring some additional immersion and a bit more realism into your VR shooters. Next up was the VR cover, a replacement face gasket for the Oculus Quest. Now the Oculus Quest isn't really known for its comfort level, so anything that improves on that and helps you game longer is a great accessory to have. And finally, I reviewed 2 products from Kiwi. The first was the Kiwi Knuckle straps that work for both the Oculus and Rift S controllers, and they're designed to make them strap onto your hands similar to the Index controllers. And finally, we had the Kiwi Pulley system. Now these pulley systems are set up to prevent you from tripping over your cable in VR, and they can really add some significant freedom. So our best VR accessory of 2019 was the Kiwi Pulley system. It offers the biggest bang for your buck and has the ability to completely change your VR experience for only $30. While it might take a bit of tweaking before it feels right, once you do get it set in place, it's much better than tripping over your cable, and it allows you to do things in VR you normally couldn't. Now the worst accessory for me brought absolutely nothing to the table, and that was the VR cover. Now comfort is subjective, and we know a lot of people actually love this product. However, in our opinion, it did not add any additional comfort, and the pleather material would stick to our face. But let's move out of accessories and onto something much more important, which were the amazing games of 2019. We spent months anxiously awaiting many of these titles, all the while riding that hype train. So here are the games on the list for best and worst of 2019. First up is Espire 1. Now this was a stealth-based shooter that promised to be Metal Gear in VR. Next up is Boneworks. This was the Half-Life inspired, physics-heavy, holds no bar, VR title intended for people highly experienced in VR. Next up we have Stormland, the co-op shooter by Insomniac Games, which actually promised unlimited replayability. Next up was Asgard's Wrath. Now this was a full-length VR RPG boasting more than 30 hours of storyline content. Next on the list is Borderlands 2 VR. Now this is the classic looter shooter, but now you get to play it in VR. And finally on this list was Nostos. This was a beautiful MMORPG which was completely cross-playable in VR, and it promised to bring an experience we had never seen before. So this time we are actually starting with the worst, and that one is Nostos. This game committed 2 cardinal sins. 1, it overpromised and it underdelivered, and 2, it released an early access game pretending it was a full-fledged title. VR also clearly was not a priority for this project, which could be seen in the major performance issues. Now there's 2 other games that I have to mention because I can't let them off the hook, and the first one is Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 had a pretty terrible launch, and it only worked properly on Oculus devices. This game is also partially ruined because one of the best parts of Borderlands 2 is multiplayer, and the PC VR version is still missing multiplayer. And now if you are familiar with my channel, you know I have to mention Espire 1. Now this game looked extremely promising, but after 2 unexpected delays, the game still launched with some major bugs. Now I will say the majority of the major bugs that I experienced, which prevented me from immersing myself into this title, have now been patched. However, it took about a month for this to happen, and by now I've already moved on. So let's get back to the positive. My best title of 2019 is clearly Boneworks. Now, Asgard's Wrath is a very close runner-up, but I really have to give this to Boneworks because Boneworks brought something new to the table. Asgard's Wrath was a beautiful title, and I spent about 40 hours in the game. It does, however, play it a little bit too safe, while Boneworks swung for the fences, and they were either going to hit a home run or strike out. The level of innovation in this title has set a clear benchmark for new VR games. And now, because of this title, the landscape has changed. Now, most important to our VR experience were the new headsets released in 2019. Now, Oculus released 2 new headsets, both directed at making VR more mainstream, while Valve, on the other hand, focused on releasing a high-end product trying to push VR to the next level. HTC also released a new headset, which was boasting some great specs and unique features. We're gonna start with a loser this time, because this is clear as day, and the worst headset of 2019 was the Vive Cosmos. After a horrendous marketing campaign, one in which I was unintentionally a part of, I sent a humorous tweet over to HTC, and they actually responded with the first public statement of when new information regarding the HTC Vive Cosmos would be made available. Little did I know that that information would be spinning. Now, during some of this marketing, they also showed off things like the ability to plug a phone into your headset, which by the time the headset actually released, disappeared completely. And while they did deliver those on-paper specs that looked so good, it came with other major issues that just could not be overlooked. The tracking of the Vive Cosmos is currently the worst tracking system on the market, and that includes Windows Mixed Reality. Now, after 2 major software updates, it is still completely subpar. The product also launched with major compatibility issues. A large portion of the games from their own service, Viveport, could not be played on the Vive Cosmos. Users were forced to increase the lighting in their room to use this headset, or put up posters on the wall because the system didn't like blank walls. It made this product completely unusable in a green screen room, something that many VR YouTubers use. And to make matters worse, this was priced as a premium product. It was nearly double the price of the Rift S. HTC really dug themselves a hole with this one. But don't worry, because 2019 was actually a really good year for VR headsets. Now, I've gone back and forth for the best headset, and honestly, these 2 contenders here did exactly what they set out to do. The Oculus Quest set out to make mobile VR a possibility, and to make VR accessible to so many more people, and it actually succeeded. Now, while the games are not PC VR quality, they are extremely impressive nonetheless. I was absolutely blown away by their launch title, Vader Immortal. Now, on the other hand, Valve wanted to up the bar for VR quality. And they didn't want to just do it in visuals. They wanted to do it in all aspects. The visual and audio fidelity, the overall headset comfort. I mean, they didn't even skimp on the quality of the microphone. And just like Oculus, Valve succeeded. They produced the product they set out to produce. And amongst all my YouTube VR friends, the Valve Index is our clear winner. It is our daily driver, our favorite VR product to use. Valve also created these high-end controllers that, when they are utilized to their fullest potential, are quite amazing. They also gave us a sweet little cherry on top that if you bought any of Valve's hardware this year, you're getting Half-Life Alyx completely for free, a title that just looks unbelievable. So who is our clear winner? Well, for gaming with Mateo 311, it is that Valve Index. There's no denying what the Oculus Quest has done for the industry, and mobile is the future, guys. But man, I love my Index. Both the Index and the Quest released around a time where VR was really starting to hit a funk, and they both brought so much life back into this industry. So that best of title is a bit arbitrary. If we were going to chop it up into 2 different categories, like what's the overall best performing headset and what was the best headset for the industry, well, then it's the Valve Index and the Oculus Quest. I mean, what you get for $400 in the Oculus Quest is absolutely amazing. And as you see, guys, I am not a fanboy. I do not take sides. I call it like it is, and I will continue to do that. I hope that's one aspect of this channel that you enjoy, and if you do, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, leave me your feedback below, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel, ding that bell so you get all of my new videos. I'm releasing about 3 or 4 videos a week, and I will see you guys on next time.